cooking lessons. My hubby and I are right in the throes of our happy, romantic newlywed bliss. And boy, did I get super lucky. My hubby's a man of many talents. Not only is he great at his job, he's pretty darn domestic too. Considering both of us have our own businesses to run, that we can split the house chores between us is a major blessing. Especially since, well, I'm awash at cooking. Like really, really, really bad at cooking. But you know, now that we're married, I do get hit with the occasional urge to make some good old-fashioned home cooking for him. Who wouldn't like to make something for their sweetheart and have them smile and say it's delish? So, yeah, every once in a great while, I'll get fired up and decide to give it a go. Okay, tonight, I'll make dinner. I'll roll up my sleeves and stride right into the kitchen. But... huh? How'd this turn out like that? Weird. How'd that happen? I followed the recipe exactly. Oh, I'm so confused. My confusion will only mount until I hit a tipping point and... yeah, dinner's on. I get stuck awkwardly plunking down a dish of who knows what on the table. I know just how amazing the food he cooks tastes. That makes it only that much more frustrating that my attempts come out as mystery glop at best.
Sakuya, don't worry about it. I'll handle dinner. It's fine, really.
He always says nice things when I fail so spectacularly, being extra conscientious of me. But that's not what I want, dang it! That's not it! It's complicated, okay? Sometimes I just want to make a yummy home-cooked meal for my beloved hubby. After a whole bunch of failed attempts, my frustration finally hit a tipping point and out-spilled the whole story. This wasn't what I wanted to happen. I didn't want a gloomy dinner table and gentle offers for him to cook instead. I wanted to be able to make something delicious too. My annoyance was scrawled all over my face, I'm sure. He went quiet for a sec, thinking. Then...
how about you try just having fun with it?
It's not that simple! You know my mind blanks as soon as I step in a kitchen. I'll panic!
You can make one of your favorites then. You know it well, so it won't seem that intimidating. Plus, the finished dish is the reward.
That was a pretty dang good idea. Not only would I get to make something for my favorite person in the whole world, I get to eat something I love too. That was not just one, but two good reasons to give it a go, making it a doubly special deal. Okay, you've convinced me. Let's give it a try. I'd been pretty far down in the dumps, but now I felt like things would work out after all. So then we started talking about what to make. It's gotta be that, no question. After giving it a good think overnight, I got ready to tackle cooking once more. Hey, Mom, could you let me have some of that stuff? You know, the secret ingredient? The secret ingredient was, well, something I'm not at all confident about handling. still not the greatest at seasoning things properly, so I decided there wasn't much for it but to ask for Mom's help. She did agree to share some with me, but then she gave me this long look in the eye and said I'd best learn how to make it myself next time. Oh well, I'd worry about that later. For now, as long as I had the secret ingredient, the rest would be easy peasy. All I had to do was chop up all the rest of the ingredients. With the secret ingredient in hand, I zoomed into the kitchen and started chopping away at the meat and veggies I'd need. They weren't chopped neatly, of course, but hey, they were chopped. Besides, I knew it didn't matter all that much with this dish. I took all the ingredients, plunked them on a plate, and voila! Soup's on! My voice rang out confidently as I called for my hubby.
So, what's for dinner tonight?
Seeing how chipper I was, I figure he was about 7 parts excited and 3 parts scared. But no gloomy pall hung over the kitchen this time. With as good as everything went, I was sure this dish had to be the yummiest he'd ever taste. Union stew! I thunked a pot full of broth on the table and set all the ingredients I chopped up next to it. Exactly. Union stew. There was no way I could mess that up. I mean, all you gotta do is get the ingredients you want and chop them up. It's healthy, easy, and you get to cook it as you eat. Though it was only that easy because I asked Mom to share a batch of her broth with me. Come on, let's sit down and eat. We sat down at the table and got into a lively discussion as we dumped the ingredients into the pot. We chatted as it cooked, and once it was ready, we excitedly served it up nice and hot. All the fun and chatting is one of the best parts of Union stew, you know? There, see? I made dinner all by myself and it worked out!
Yep, and it's delicious.
I gave him a big, triumphant grin, and his face lit up with pride. It was so bright, it made me kind of blushy. I couldn't keep my eyes on his for more than a second before I had to look away. Not that I actually blushed, of course. My cheeks were red because of the hot pot, that's all. Yep. We should definitely do this again sometime.
Yeah, we really should. It's like we're having a party.
I'll admit that this wasn't exactly the home cooking I was going for, but if it'd make him this happy, I could definitely see myself doing this again. I got a full tummy and a warm heart out of the deal, too. I guess I'd best go ask Mom how to make broth sometime.